What's up, brand builders? Stephen Harahan here at BrandMasterAcademy.com. And in this video, you're going to learn how to map your customer journey so you can design an experience that will shape your customer's perception of your brand by delivering the right message at the right time. Now, if you're new to the channel and you want to build brands that go beyond the visuals with strategy, psychology, and creative thinking, then you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you will be well on your way. Now, if you don't know what customer journey mapping is, I did a video earlier that will tell you exactly what it is. I'll leave a link in the description below. But just as a quick overview, customer journey mapping is all about understanding the journey that your customer is on so you can design a step-by-step experience that will help them and convert them. So the customer journey bridges branding and marketing. So the way I define branding and marketing is that branding wants a relationship and marketing wants a transaction, but the customer journey actually takes your customer from a stranger to a transaction to a relationship. So the customer journey includes all of your branding and it includes all of your marketing, and it bridges the gap between the two. Now, I like to think of the customer journey as a journey to the altar. So if you think about how two people might arrive at the altar, they don't just go from being complete strangers to getting married overnight. There's a series of steps that they will commonly take to arrive at that destination, to arrive at the altar together. So one might try to get the attention of the other. That might turn into a conversation and then a transaction of numbers. That might turn into a coffee date or a dinner date, and that might turn into a nightcap or a series of nightcaps. And over time, that relationship will build, it will become a little bit more stable, it will develop, it will be nurtured, and then they will finally agree that they will want to spend the rest of their lives together and arrive at the altar. And that is how humans have been developing and nurturing relationships for millions of years. It hasn't suddenly just changed overnight in the last 100 to 200 years since brands have been about. We need to understand the journey that the customer is on, and we need to break that down into individual stages. If we understand those stages, we can design an experience that will nurture them each step of the way. And that's what this video is all about. I'm going to break down the individual stages that you need to understand about your customer journey. Stage number one is attention. So in this stage, they don't know you, you don't know them, your brand is a complete stranger, and you need to grab their attention. Now, having a unique brand identity is valuable, but it's not enough. You need more than just visuals. You need a message. So your message needs to cut through here, and you really need to grab that attention. Now, you can use paid advertising to get that attention. You can use Google ads, you can use Facebook ads as well. Or you can do this through social media. So you can jump in, you can follow people, you can engage with their content, you can contribute, you can offer value here. But at this stage, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the attention of your prospect. Stage number two is engagement. So you've gotten their attention, but now you want to turn that attention into conversations. So you want them to engage with your content. And this is all about giving value here. You really want to give them something in exchange for that attention, for that time that they're about to give to you through their engagement. So you might create videos for YouTube, you might write articles for your blog, you might create really engaging and valuable social content for Instagram or for LinkedIn. But really what you want to do here is focus on value. You've gotten their attention already. Now you want to give them something in exchange for that attention. Stage number three is a transaction, and this is usually in the form of an email rather than a monetary transaction. And when you think about the human experience, this is the point in the relationship where numbers are exchanged. There's a commitment there and the ability to follow up later on. So that's what you want to aim for with this stage. You want to get that little transaction from them. You want to get their email from them. But in order to get their email, you need to up the level of value that you're giving to them. So this might be in the form of a lead magnet. What micro problem can you solve in their life that will help them along their journey? If you can figure out a problem that they have that you can solve in the form of a micro problem, and you can give that to them with a lead magnet or some form of live presentation or whatever it may be, something to incentivize them to give you their email, then you have the ability to follow up with them. Stage number 4 is a micro commitment. So what you're trying to do here is you're trying to get them to commit to something that's beyond just their email address. And there's two ways that we can commit. We can commit through money or we can commit through time. So that is the commitment that you're trying to get from them. And for that commitment, you will give them a promise of value. So if they're going to commit time, maybe for that time, you're going to give them a free consultancy call or a live presentation or a 2-hour webinar, whatever it may be. If they're giving you money in exchange for that money, you're going to deliver value for them. So this amount is not going to be much. It might be $1, it might be $7, it might be $47, and you're going to give them value for that amount. Now, I'm not saying that because they give you $1, the value that you give must equal $1 or equal $7 or $47. This might be a lost lead. And a lost lead is where you charge a low amount, but you over deliver in value. But the reason for that commitment is that it filters out the time wasters and it also changes the relationship. They are no longer a prospect at this stage. They are now a customer because they have exchanged money in return for the value that you're giving them. Stage number 5, light the path. So in the previous step, they will have committed in the form of time or of money. And now you must deliver on that promise of value. And at this stage, you really need to impress them because this is a really important stage at this point in the relationship. You've been flirting back and forth now at this stage, and this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where you need to prove to them that you can guide them forward. You know the path forward. And if you're able to help them solve a problem or help to deliver some kind of value that gives them something that they didn't have before, that makes them have an aha moment or makes them realize the path forward, well, then you will have given them that value. You will have delivered on that promise of value from their earlier commitment. And that is where you earn the trust. If you're able to really deliver that value, if you're able to show the light, if you're able to actually demonstrate that you know what you're doing and that you can help them in their journey, well, then they will be much more committed. They will be much more prepared to continue in this relationship with you. Stage number 6 is progression. Now, this stage is really dependent on the previous stage. If you have delivered value in that stage and you've really given them the idea that you know the way forward, that you know the path and that you can guide them to success, well, then they will be prepared to progress with whatever offer that you have to put in front of them. And this is your core offer. This is where you make your money. This is your brand strategy or your brand identity and website, whatever package or service or product that you have for them that is your core offer. This is where they're prepared to take you up on that. So you see that there is a lot of work that has led you up until this point, but it's all about nurturing that relationship. And as long as you deliver value throughout every step of the journey, then they will be prepared to take you up on whatever offer that you have for them next. So don't just have a core offer, have some offers on the back end of that you'll be able to progress them through. Step number 7 is advocacy. Now, a lot of service providers really miss this step. They deliver whatever their core offer is, and then they say, see you later. They don't continue to nurture that relationship. But if you don't turn up for your customer again and again and again, then it's an absolutely missed opportunity. If you have delivered value in your core offer and you have given them and helped them to some level of success, then if you continue to nurture that relationship, if you continue to show up for them to help them, then that relationship will grow, it will nurture, and it will develop into advocacy. Even today, I still take the time within my student group on Facebook, within personal emails. I take the time to reply to every single message that I get, and I nurture those relationships. I make sure that they're continuing to succeed long after I've delivered my core service. And that all leads to advocacy. I have a lot of people that talk about Brandmaster Academy, Brandmaster Secrets, the value that it brings. And they wouldn't be as prepared to do that if I didn't turn up for them again and again in the student group through those emails. So really understand the value of this step, this advocacy step. You don't just want to deliver your core offer and your core service and let that relationship die out. You've worked very, very hard to develop that relationship up until this point. So take the time to nurture it and turn them into advocates. And stage number 8 is the champion stage. So this is the stage where your advocates turn into champions and they actively go out and promote your brand. Now, if you have given them a level of success and they turn into fans and they really believe that what you're doing, your product or your service, can have an impact on other people's lives, on the people around them, then they will actively go out and promote that because they want to help other people. Now, you can reward them for this through an affiliate program or through a referral program, but the main reason that they will do this is because they want other people to know about your service, about your product, about your brand, because they have achieved a level of success and they want other people to achieve that success. So if you can achieve a champion through your brand, well, then you will have an army of sales staff going out and promoting your brand. And that, at the end of the day, is the holy grail of branding. When you have people that have achieved a level of success and they are going out and actively telling other people about it, that is how your brand can truly grow. Now, 99% of business owners believe that a good looking logo, a good looking website, and a few marketing campaigns is enough to grow a brand. But 98.9% of businesses fail. And the reason that they fail is they don't grasp the customer journey. They don't understand that it's not good enough to just dress the part and look the part and talk a good game. That is not enough. You have to go beyond the looks. You have to go beyond that surface level engagement. You have to really develop and nurture that relationship. And that is what understanding your customer journey is all about. It's all about creating an experience that will make it seamless for your customers to go through. And each step of the way, you will give them an experience that will convince them that you are the person to do business with, that you are the brand to do business with, and that you can really help them. So take the time to map out your customer journey, develop an experience that will nurture them every step of the way, and you will turn strangers into raving champions that will promote your brand. But I'd love to hand it back over to you now. I'd love to hear your experiences when it comes to mapping your customer journey. Have you mapped out your own customer journey yet? Does it include all of these stages, or does it include other stages that aren't mentioned here? I'd love to hear from you in the box below. If you've got any questions or challenges around the customer journey or mapping the customer journey, let me know in the box below. I'll do my best to answer all of those. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as well. If you want exclusive tips and techniques to help your brand grow with strategy, psychology, and creative thinking, head on over to BrandMasterAcademy.com, get yourself signed up for the list. There's plenty of resources on there that you can download as well. But I'd love to hand it back over to you. As I said, I'd love to hear your experiences. I'd love to hear your challenges. I'll do my best to answer all of those. Until next time, brand like a master, and I will see you in the next video.